She was laughing, standing next to a brand new Tesla Model Y, keys spinning around her finger like it was nothing. Cash. No loans. My daughter-in-law. 5 days after my house was emptied. Every watch I'd collected over 30 years. Every envelope. Every dollar. Gone. She looked straight at me and smiled. Not surprised. Not nervous. Certain. Like the outcome had already been decided. I didn't say a word. I just watched her press the key fob. The mirrors folded open. Lights blinked. Precise. Controlled. Like everything else she did. This one's fully loaded, she added casually. Ethan insisted. My son stood a step behind her. Quiet. Hands in his pockets. He didn't look at me. Not once. Nice car, I said. Calm. Even. She tilted her head slightly, studying me. Waiting. For anger. For questions. For anything. I gave her nothing. Instead, I stepped closer. Ran my hand lightly along the side panel. Clean. Untouched. Brand new. Good timing, I added. Something flickered in her eyes. Just for a second. Then it was gone. Oh, she smiled. Sometimes things just work out. Things. I nodded once. Behind her, Ethan shifted his weight. Still silent. Still avoiding me. I stepped back. Gave them space. Like I always did. Enjoy it, I said. And I meant it. Because I already understood something they didn't. This wasn't sudden. This wasn't random. And it definitely wasn't luck. As I turned away, I caught my reflection in the car window. Still calm. Still steady. But different. Because in that moment, I stopped seeing them as family. And started seeing a pattern. The front door was already unlocked when I got back. It usually wasn't. I stepped inside. Shoes by the wall. Hers. His. 2 sets. Always 2. Mine stayed in the same place. Unmoved. The hallway smelled like her perfume. Too strong for evening. She was in the kitchen. Back turned. Kettle on. Ethan sat at the table. Phone in his hand. Scrolling. He didn't look up when I entered. Tea? She asked without turning. Same tone as outside. Light. Casual. Routine. Sure. I hung my coat. Same hook. Left side. Always left side. The alarm panel blinked green. Disarmed. It had been that way all week. Since the night it happened. I washed my hands. Slow. Precise. Water running longer than needed. No one spoke. The kettle clicked. She poured 3 cups. Set them down one by one. Mine last. Always last. Police called again? She asked, finally turning. I shook my head. They came by earlier. Ethan's finger paused on the screen. Just for a second. Then continued. What did they say? She asked. I sat down. Took the cup. Warm. Untouched. Same thing, I said. Clean job. She nodded like she expected that. No forced entry, I continued. Her hand rested on the counter. Still. Alarm was atcluchon with the code. A small pause. Barely visible. Safe opened properly. Ethan stood up. Walked to the sink. Turned the tap on. Too fast. Too loud. Professionals, then, she said. I looked at her. She held my gaze. Steady. Almost impressed. That's what they think, I said. Ethan rinsed an already clean glass. Back turned. Shoulders tight. I watched the alarm panel again. Green light. Steady. Unbothered. Strange, I added. She raised an eyebrow. How so? I took a slow sip. Nothing else touched. Her lips pressed together slightly. Just for a moment. Jewelry gone. Cash gone. Documents gone. But drawers in the hallway. Untouched. Closets. Closed. Kitchen. Perfect. No rush. No mistake. No noise. Just precision. Like someone who knew exactly where to go. Ethan turned off the water. Dried his hands. Didn't turn around. Guess you were unlucky, he said. Flat. Too flat. I set the cup down. Carefully. No, I said. I looked at the panel again. Then at the safe door in the study. Still open. Still clean. No, I repeated quietly. Not unlucky. Neither of them answered. The house felt different. Not empty. Arranged. And I realized something as I sat there. Nothing had been broken. Not a lock. Not a hinge. Not even routine. Which meant, whoever came in didn't need to force anything. That night they went to bed early. Too early. No TV. No noise. Doors closed. I stayed in the living room. Lights off. Just watching reflections in the window. At 11:17, her phone lit up on the kitchen counter. She had left it there. That wasn't like her. I didn't touch it. I just watched the screen fade. No name. Just a number. Then silence again. At 11:42, Ethan came downstairs. Slow steps. Careful. He didn't turn the light on. Went straight to the kitchen. Opened a drawer. Closed it. Then another. Like he forgot what he was looking for. I stayed still. He poured water. Didn't drink it. Just stood there. Then went back upstairs. Empty glass left in the sink. Morning came quiet. Too quiet. She was already dressed. Bag by the door. Shoes on. Going out. I asked. Just errands. She didn't look at me. Didn't say where. Didn't ask if I needed anything. Ethan stayed at the table. Coffee in front of him. Cold. Untouched. I noticed that. He always drank it. Always. By noon, she still wasn't back. By 2, Ethan started pacing. Short lines. Living room to hallway. Back again. Phone in his hand. Screen lighting up. Then off. Then on again. At 2:37, he stepped outside to take a call. Door half closed. Not fully. I heard enough. No, he doesn't know. Pause. I said he doesn't know. Longer pause. His voice dropped. Just wait. He came back in. Saw me in the hallway. Stopped. For a second. Then walked past me. Didn't ask how long I'd been there. Didn't ask what I heard. That told me everything. She came back at 4:10. Smiling. Too relaxed. Like nothing was happening. Like nothing had happened. Keys dropped on the table. A receipt slipped out of her bag. She didn't notice. Went straight upstairs. I waited. Counted to 10. Then picked it up. Car dealership. Same one from yesterday. Timestamp. 2 days before the robbery. I held it there. Paper between my fingers. Light. Simple. But wrong. Very wrong. Because 2 days before my safe was emptied, they were already spending money they didn't have. I folded the receipt once. Put it back exactly where it fell. And that's when it shifted. Not suspicion. Not doubt. Structure. Timing. Sequence. This didn't happen after. This started before. And suddenly, everything they did stopped looking like reaction. And started looking like preparation. I didn't ask questions. I started checking. That same evening I sat in the study. Door half closed. Computer on. System logs first. Timestamps. Access points. The alarm history looked clean. Too clean. No failed attempts. No alerts. Just one entry. Disarmed. 11:03 p.m. Correct code. No hesitation. No retry. I leaned back. That wasn't guessing. That was knowing. I opened the camera system. Playback. The night of the robbery. Front door empty. Backyard still. Garage nothing. I switched to internal feeds. Hallway. Black. Not offline. Deleted. I checked the server. Manual deletion. 11:21 p.m. 18 minutes after the alarm was отключен. I sat there for a while. 18 minutes. Enough time to walk in. Go straight to the safe. Open it. Take only what matters. And leave. No rush. No mistakes. I closed the footage. Moved to finances. Not theirs. Mine. Outgoing patterns. Anything unusual. Nothing. Clean. Then I checked shared access. Utility accounts. Old permissions. Names. One stood out. Lily. Linked 3 months ago. Temporary, she had said. For bills. I followed the trail. Login times. Late nights. Short sessions. Never during the day. I wrote them down. Dates. Times. Cross-checked with something else. Her movements. When she left. When she came back, it aligned. Too well. Next day I drove out. Cherry Hills Village. Quiet streets. Large houses. Clean lines. I parked across from the address. Stayed in the car. 12:18 she pulled in. Same Tesla. Smooth turn. No hesitation. Gate opened immediately. No code entered. Recognized. She didn't look around. Didn't check mirrors. Like she belonged there. I stayed another 20 minutes. Then left. That night I checked property records. Public access. Simple search. Owner listed. Not her. Not Ethan. A holding name. LLC. Created 6 weeks ago. I checked the registration. 2 signatures. Not theirs. But connected. Indirect. Layers. I wrote it down. Names. Dates. Patterns. Next morning Ethan left early. Earlier than usual. No breakfast. No coffee. Just keys and silence. I waited 5 minutes. Then followed. Distance. 3 cars between us. He didn't notice. Didn't check. Didn't expect it. He drove past his office. Didn't slow down. Kept going. Same direction. Cherry Hills. Same street. Different house. He parked. Didn't get out right away. Phone in hand. Typing. Then the door opened. From inside. Lily. Already there. I watched them talk. No smiles. Short words. Sharp movements. Then both went inside. Door closed. I stayed in the car. Engine off. Hands still. And I understood something then. This wasn't about one night. Not one decision. Not one mistake. It was layered. Timed. Built in pieces. And I wasn't just looking at a theft. I was looking at a system. One that started long before anything was taken. And hadn't finished yet. That night I didn't sit in the living room. I went back to the study. Closed the door. Locked it. First time since they moved in. The safe was still open. Empty. Clean. Too clean. I stepped closer. Ran my fingers along the inner edge. No scratches. No force. Just use. Like it had been opened by the person it belonged to. Or someone who had become that person. Closed it. Entered the code. Listened to the lock engage. Then I changed it. Slow. Deliberate. No hesitation. New code. No pattern. No connection to anything they knew. I didn't write it down. I didn't need to. Then I moved to the desk. Pulled out a folder. Old contacts. Names I hadn't used in years. I flipped through them. Stopped at one. Private investigator. Still active. I checked. Still working. I didn't call yet. I noted the number. Closed the folder. Next my phone. Bank app. Settings. Permissions. Every shared access. Removed. Every linked account. Disconnected. I didn't rush. Each click exact. Final. Then I opened a second tab. Lawyer. Different contact. Not family. Not friendly. Effective. I typed a message. Short. Neutral. Request for consultation. No details. Sent. Downstairs I heard movement. Low voices. Their voices. Not arguing. Not relaxed. Controlled. Careful. I stood still. Listened. We just need more time, Ethan said. Her answer came fast. We don't have it. Silence. Then footsteps. One set. Moving away. I didn't go down. Didn't interrupt. Didn't react. I already had what I needed. Back at the desk, I opened a notebook. Blank page. I started writing. Dates. Times. Movements. Connections. Tesla. House. Accounts. Camera deletion. Alarm code. All in order. All aligned. No gaps. No coincidence. I paused. Looked at the page. Then added one more line. Started before the robbery. I closed the notebook. Placed it in the drawer. Locked it. Then I turned off the light. Sat in the dark for a moment. Not thinking. Just settling it. Because there was nothing left to question. They didn't panic that night. Didn't react like victims. Didn't search. Didn't ask. They adjusted. Moved forward. Like the plan was already in motion. And I wasn't outside it. I was inside it. From the beginning. I stood up, straightened my jacket, checked the door. Still locked. Good. When I opened it and stepped back into the hallway, I wasn't watching anymore. I wasn't waiting anymore. I had stopped being a father in that house and started becoming something else. I made one decision. Quiet. Final. I wouldn't confront them. I would document them. And then, I would use it. I moved quietly. No changes they could see. No shifts in routine. Morning coffee stayed on the table. Keys in the same place. Doors unlocked at the same time. I let them believe nothing had changed. But everything had. 2 days later, I made the first call. Short. Neutral. Start with movements. Then finances. No names. He didn't need them. He understood. The second call came after. Lawyer. I met him outside. Not in the house. Not on the phone. Documents only. Copies. Never originals. He read without speaking. Then nodded once. That's enough to begin. I didn't respond. I didn't need reassurance. I needed structure. That same night I installed something new. Not visible. Not obvious. A second recording system. Independent. Hidden. Different access. Different storage. No connection to the one they erased. I tested it. 3 times. Every angle. Every room that mattered. Then I left it alone. 3 days passed. They relaxed. I saw it in the way she moved. Slower. Less careful. Doors left open. Phone calls inside. Not outside. Ethan laughed once. Short. Unnatural. But it was there. That told me everything. They thought it was over. That's when I moved. Housewarming. Her idea. New place. Cherry Hills. Champagne. Music. Too many people. Too much noise. Perfect cover. I accepted the invitation. On time. Dressed the same as always. Nothing new. Nothing that drew attention. She greeted me at the door. Smile ready. Controlled. Glad you came, she said. I nodded. Stepped inside. Counted without looking. Cameras. Entrances. People. Everything matched what I had already seen. Ethan stayed near the bar. Watching the room. Not enjoying it. Managing it. I walked through slowly. Room to room. Not admiring. Measuring. Furniture. Artwork. Placement. Value. Patterns. Nothing here was random. Every piece chosen. Every space calculated. Like the plan. Like the theft. I stopped in the living room. She joined me, glass in hand. Relaxed. Confident. You like it? She asked. I looked around once. Then back at her. It fits, I said. She smiled. She thought it was approval. It wasn't. 10 minutes later, I stepped outside. Made one call. One sentence. Now. I went back in. Same pace. Same expression. Nothing changed. First. Then it did. 2 men at the door. Not guests. No hesitation. They walked in like they belonged there. Quiet. Direct. Badges out. Voices low. Controlled. But firm. The music didn't stop. Not immediately. People noticed slowly. Conversations broke. I shifted. She saw them first. Her hand froze mid-air. Glass tilted slightly. Didn't fall. Yet. Ethan turned next. Color drained. Instant. He knew. Faster than she did. That told me more than anything else. They approached. No scene. No shouting. Just names. Their names. Clear. Undeniable. She laughed once. Sharp. Wrong. This is a mistake. No one answered. They showed documents. Real ones. Not copies. Not estimates. Final. Her hand started shaking. Now the glass fell. Hit the floor. Didn't shatter. Just rolled. Like everything else that night. Ethan stepped forward. Then stopped. Didn't speak. Didn't defend. He looked at me. First time. Really looked. I held his gaze. Didn't move. Didn't blink. That's when she understood. Her head turned slowly. Back to me. Expression changing. Fast. From confusion. To calculation. To fear. You, she started. Voice breaking. I didn't let her finish. I spoke once. Quiet. Clear. No more time. Silence spread. Heavy. Unavoidable. No one moved. No one spoke. And for the first time, they weren't in control anymore. They didn't come back that night. The house stayed quiet. Too quiet. Next morning, a notice was on the door. Official. Clean. Temporary seizure. I read it once. Left it there. Inside, nothing moved. Their room. Half empty. Drawers open. Clothes missing. Not everything. Just what they could take fast. The rest stayed behind. Like evidence. Ethan called once. Didn't leave a message. Didn't call again. Lawyer updates came in short emails. Charges filed. Assets frozen. Accounts flagged. The house in Cherry Hills. Locked. The Tesla. Gone. Towed before sunrise. Neighbors watched. No one spoke. Weeks passed. Payments started. Small. Scheduled. Precise. Not apologies. Obligations. Every month. The same transfer. Same amount. Same silence. I tracked it. Logged it. Never acknowledged it. The collection came back piece by piece. Not all at once. But enough. Enough to restore order. Not trust. That didn't return. Ethan never came back inside. We met once. Outside. Neutral ground. He looked older. Didn't ask for anything. Didn't explain. Just signed. Then left. I didn't stop him. Didn't follow. Didn't call. Some things don't reset. They just end. The house is quiet again. Not empty. Controlled. Everything where it belongs. Everything accounted for. They thought I would stay silent. Wait. Accept it. I didn't. I waited for something else. Proof. And once I had it, I didn't raise my voice. I didn't argue. I just removed them from my life. Completely. Because control isn't loud. It's precise. And once it's taken back, it doesn't get negotiated again. What would you have done in my place? Kept the peace or ended it completely? Write your answer in the comments.